Yeah, just go get in here with you.
Okay. All right.
You want to sit here?
That's good.
Sit here?
Right? Well, I gotta be able to read, so I gotta sit up in bed and read.
Just 2 pages. Start with Caitlin Kellen.
Just the prologue?
Yeah, don't read the prologue.
No, just skip the prologue?
Yeah.
Okay. This Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. There's sword on the cover. There's maps inside. Okay. Skip the prologue. Oh, that's a long prologue. Bran? Is that where it starts?
Catelyn.
Catelyn.
I thought so. Maybe it's Bran.
I think it's Bran.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Once upon a time, there was a castle with big spinny things on it, and they spun around, and then they went up in the air, and then we went way up in the air. Then we went to another castle, and there was 3 things came out of the ocean. They had little swingy rope bridges on them. They swing back and forth. Then they went up in the air, and there was a thing in the sky, and it went, whoo, and then we went down, and there was another castle, and it was King's Landing, and then we went back up in the air, and there was Dorne, and there was some other place, and then something else. All right, so that's the beginning.
Okay.
All right. Bran. The morning had dawned, clear and cold, with a crispness. Ooh, I like that word, crispness. It almost sounds like a holiday. Crispness that hinted at the end of summer. Oh, winter is coming. They set forth at daybreak to see a man beheaded, 20 in all. I guess that meant not 20 men beheaded, but 20 people going to see one man beheaded.
Yeah.
It's very confusing. All right. And Bran rode among them, nervous with excitement. This was the first time he had been deemed old enough to go with his lord father and his brothers to see the king's justice done. It was the 9th year of summer and the 7th of Bran's life. The man had been taken outside a small holdfast in the hills. Rob, with 2 B's, thought he was a wildling. Wait, Rob thought that Rob was a wildling? Or Rob thought that the man was a wildling? Yeah, that makes more sense. Still unclear. His sword sworn to Mance Raider. Get it, Raider? Because they go on raids. The king beyond the wall. It made Bran's skin prickled. Think of it. Bran spelt like Raisin Bran, which I like a lot.
I like how your additional additions.
He remembered the hearth tales old Nan told them. And the wildlings were cruel men, she said. Slavers and slavers. That's okay. Slavers and slaver. Wait, I lost my spot. Oh, there it is. Slavers and slayers.
You have your
and thieves.
Oh, you took it off.
Yeah, I can't get the microphone to work without it on.
Okay.
So, slayers, thieves. Oh, they're thieves and slayers and slavers. Mm-hmm. They consorted with giants and ghouls. Consorted? Ooh, what is that? Consorted. Like a consortium? Consortium. Like doing it. Giants and ghouls stole girl children in the dead of night and drank blood from polished horns. And their women lay with the others with capital O in the long night, capital L, capital N. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of capitalization in the middle of sentences. To sire terrible half-human children's. No, just children. But the man they found bound the man they found bound, the man they found bound hand and foot to the holdfast wall, awaiting the king's justice, was old and scrawny, not much taller than Rob with 2 B's. He had lost both ears and a finger to frostbite. Ooh, that's not good. And he dressed all in black, the same as a brother of the night's watch, except that his furs were ragged and greasy. Probably went to McDonald's. The breath of man and horse mingled, steaming in the cold morning air as his Lord Father had the man cut down from the wall and dragged before them. Rob and John sat tall and still on their horses, and Bran between them, who probably had Raisin Bran for breakfast, on his pony, trying to seem older than 7, trying to pretend that he'd seen all this before. A faint wind blew through the holdfast gate. He likes that word, holdfast.
Yeah.
What is a holdfast?
I don't
know what that is. All right. Over their heads flapped the banner of the Starks of Winterfell, a gray dire wolf racing across an ice-white field. Bran's father, who we still don't know his name, sat solemnly on his horse, long brown hair stirring in the wind. His closely trimmed beard was shot with white, making him look older than his 35 years. He had a grim... he did look older than 35. Yeah. He had a grim cast in his gray eyes this day. And he seemed not at all the man who would sit before the fire in the evening and talk softly of the age of heroes and the children of the forest. He had taken off father's face, Bran thought, and donned the face of Lord Stark of Winterfell. There were questions asked and answers given there in the chill of morning, but afterward Bran could not recall much of what had been said. Finally, his Lord Father gave a command, and two of his guardsmen dragged the ragged man to the ironwood stump in the center of the square. They forced his head down on the hard black wood. Lord Eddard Stark dismounted, and his ward Theon Greyjoy brought forth the sword. Ice, that sword was called. Okay, that's odd. So that's the first word. It's in quotation marks. Ice. Sounded like I thought somebody said it. All right, so ice was the sword that was called. Not said out loud, but just named. I think it was just named ice. It was as wide across as a man's head. Taller even than Rob with 2 B's. The blade was Valyrian steel. Wait, I didn't know Stark's sword was Valyrian steel. So he can kill the White Walkers.
No, that's a black glass.
Oh, okay. Well, no, Valyrian steel does something too. I forget what though.
Yeah.
Spell forged and dark as smoke. So, is smoke black smoke, gray smoke? Nothing held an edge like Valyrian steel. Raisin Bran smoke? Smoked Raisin Bran? His father peeled off his gloves, like those motorcycle gloves I'm going to buy, and handed them to Jory Cassell. Cassell, who wrote a French to English dictionary that I used in high school. Spelled the same way, the captain of his household guard. He took hold of ice, not in quotation marks this time, with both hands and said, "In the name of Robert of the House Baratheon, the first of his name, King of the Andals, and the Rhoynar, and the first men," although he probably didn't stumble over that. He probably knew how to pronounce it. "And Lord of the 7 kingdoms and protector of the realm, by the word of Eddard of the House Stark, Lord of Winterfell and Warden of the North, I do sentence you to die." He lifted the great sword high above his head. Bran's bastard brother... Whoa, with the name calling here.
Are you recording this?
Sheesh. Bran's bastard brother, oh my gosh. Jon Snow moved closer. Keep the pony well in hand, he whispered. And don't look away. Father will know if you do. Bran kept his pony well in hand, and he did not look away. His father took off the man's head with a single sure stroke. Blood sprayed out across the snow as red as summer wine. Ew. Why would you compare that to something you drink? And then he talked about drinking blood out of horns earlier.
I know.
This guy's sick. One of the horses reared and had to be restrained to keep from bolting. Bran could not take his eyes off the blood. The snows around the stump drank it eagerly, reddening as he watched. I thought it was summertime.
I don't know.
So there's even snow in the summertime. Okay. The head bounced off a thick root and rolled. It came up near Greyjoy's feet. Theon was a lean, dark youth of 19 who found everything amusing. He laughed and put his boot on the head and kicked it away. Ass, Jon muttered. Low enough so Greyjoy did not hear. Oh, wait, it's ass. Ass. He muttered, ass. He put a hand, there's two bad words here already. He put a hand on Bran's shoulder and Bran looked over at his bastard brother. Two in the same paragraph. You did well, Jon told him solemnly. Jon was 14, an old hand at justice. It seemed colder the long ride back to Winterfell, though the wind had died by then, and the sun was higher in the sky. Bran rode with his brothers well ahead of the main party. His ponies struggled hard to keep up with their horses. The deserter died bravely, Robb with 2B said. He was big and broad and growing every day. No, that's not what Robb said. Robb was described by the author as big and broad and growing every day. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is so bad. This is so badly written. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. Thank goodness this was made into an HBO series. Oh my gosh. This is so terrible.
You don't have to read anymore.
With his mother's coloring, the fair-skinned red... Oh my... Yeah, okay.
You're done.
That's good. Go to sleep now.
I won't post any pictures.
That's okay.
I got you.
Well, good night, honey.
Good night, honey.